Intoxication, fear, and the back of a squad car. Here's my story. No one can decide for you, no one can make you drink, and no one can make you not drink. But if you're going to drink, you should know the facts and the real consequences of your actions. Drinking may be the first bad choice, but it can lead to worse choices in the meantime. One day, a couple of friends and I decided it was a nice night for a drink. This was just the first in a slew of unfortunate decisions we made. So, with no plan, we went ahead, got some alcohol, and went to a friend's house. They were out of town. So we start drinking. As the alcohol burns my throat, all my worries about how I'm getting home, I drove, what if we get caught, and just about everything else disappear. And I kept drinking, not caring, just wanting to have a good time. One little detail my friend left out is that the dog sitter would be coming over. I don't really fully understand all the events that transpired at this point, but next thing I know we have rounded up the booze, started towards our car, and then bam! Before I even know what's going on, the police have some of my friends pulled over. At this point, another kid and I, mostly my decision, immediately make a break for the woods. My car's in the driveway. At this point, we have a good idea we aren't getting away, only prolonging the whole experience. Then my parents call and demand that I go deal with my new problem. Marching, or rather stumbling, towards a rather large group of cops, who are relatively disgruntled by the whole ordeal, is the worst feeling in the world. Knowing it's all over, you've gone too far and now the hammer falls, especially when you're loaded full of cheap vodka on some drunken tangent. After you have your conversation with the men in uniform, you get to have a seat in your car, complete with leg room and a nice cage. This is the worst. All you can do is think about the consequences. Wonder how you could have gotten into so much trouble for a foul-tasting neurotoxin. It tears at your heart knowing that your parents will soon see you in such despair and shame. Dealing with the police was one of the worst experiences of my life. However, it did teach me that although I'm a teenager and think I'll never have to deal with anything, I do. And you learn that real fast once they hand you the ticket. And so many other charges they could have leveled against me if they chose to. As bad as the cops are, it's only the beginning. My parents were worse to deal with than the police. If you're under 18, they can punish you however they wish to. Plus, I don't know how many of us want to let our parents see us in a drunken stupor after the police release you, if you're so lucky. I thought it wouldn't happen to me, but it can, and does happen. If you drink, at some point you will get caught. If you're going to drink, make reasonable decisions. Stay somewhere for the night. Don't drink too much. Don't run from the police. And most of all, don't drive. Don't drink if you can avoid it. It's not worth it. The way I felt after the whole thing is indescribable. I still feel the same fear I felt that night when I think about it. I let down my parents more than I can imagine. I put my friends in the same position I'm in. I lost respect for myself. I've also gained all too quickly an understanding that life is very real and the law means business.